Hey, welcome back. In glamorous Glendale, California, I found a group of talented people slouched over drawing boards and computers creating the animation for one of the funniest TV shows, besides this one, of course, namely Futurama. I chatted with a couple of the fellas there who agreed to give me a behind-the-scenes look at how they put an episode of Futurama together. First, here's the guy who manages the computer graphics.
My name is Scott Manzo, Director of Computer Graphics here at Rough Draft Studios. First, basically, we rough in the scene and try to get all the motion correct so that the director basically has the shots that they're looking for. The challenging part about doing the 3D work on Futurama is making the 3D look like the 2D painted cell style. So we use our special rendering process and special shaders to create that look. This shot in particular is a good example of that level of integration within the show. This is probably the most complex model that we have in the Futurama show. It's called the Planet Express neighborhood. And what we've done is we've modeled several blocks in each direction around the Planet Express building. Planet Express building, which is kind of the centerpiece for the show where all the characters reside. So here we are in the machine room, which is sort of the brain center of our production. For Futurama, we use a central file server, which everybody shares their files off of. This is the Origin 200 server with a dual processing R10,000 CPUs. It basically has two RAID 3 arrays hanging off of it, which have approximately a half a terabyte of information on hard disk. It's not much in terms of storage by today's standards, but it is soon to be upgraded. The files are basically composited together in their final rendered frames. They're sent to the digital disc recorder here, where they're played back in real time and then sent to our video decks. Our network is comprised of a gigabit Ethernet backbone that goes to the server and 100 megabit ports that go out to each client. These two machines here are just a few of the dual processing octanes that we have for rendering the 3D graphics. These are actually dedicated machines, so they're part of what you'd call a render farm. This is a machine you can hack into if you want.
We receive a script and soundtrack from the writers and producers of the show, and we break it down into each script into designs of character designs, and backgrounds, and props. While people are designing those things, it's also being storyboarded by our storyboard department. From there, the show would go on to layout where key animation poses are done. And from those drawings, we create an animatic, which is a story reel that is locked to the soundtrack.
Good news, everyone!
We actually have two effects animators on staff. We have a whole color department that keys everything that you see on the show. What I find very satisfying about this show is that it is very ambitious, to create something so complex on a weekly schedule. And it's a lot of hard work and lots of late hours, but to see the final product, it's very satisfying, and I love it.
Isn't it amazing how they still draw all that stuff out? It's like the essence plasm and the old and the new coming together. Well, creatively and technologically, those Futurama dudes are living up to the name of their show. If you want to see the result of their painstaking efforts, be sure to watch Futurama's season premiere this Sunday, December 9th at 7 p.m., 6 Central on Fox.